So what are the top 5 Daniel Jackson episodes? You'll find out right after this. Hey everybody, I am Taylor and I'm the Stargate Guy, where I talk to you about everything and anything Stargate. Today we're doing another top 5 video, and today is the top 5 Daniel Jackson episodes. Now, these are episodes that relate to his character and the development of his character, so although a coked up Daniel Jackson may be fun, it didn't really add much to his character long term. So let's get going with number 5. Now, Origin is where Daniel and Vala get linked together, and they go on a crazy psychotic trip to another galaxy, which starts the whole Ori thing, and a massive crusade that goes and develops to kill billions, if not trillions, of people across the galaxy. So, for Daniel Jackson, this developed his character in a couple of different ways. One, it allowed him time to be linked with Vala and have that character be part of the team for the next 2 seasons. As well as that developed him in a way of understanding a new religion and a new way of religious oppression. And he was directly linked to the killing and brutal murder of billions, trillions of people across the entire galaxy, for which he has had some sort of moral obligation in order to continue on for the next 2 seasons to help remedy this mistake. Number 4, season 5, episode 21, Daniel Jackson was already ascended, and we get to see him as an ascended being, and we get to see him attempt to break the rules in order to try to save the people of Abydos. People that he really loves and cares and is literally related to, including Skara, who we find out was going to get married. So we see Daniel himself being able to understand, being able to learn, being able to see what it is like to be an ascended being, and we get to see the fatal mistake that he made, which Oma Desala stepped in, prevented him from doing, and then kicked him down to being human. This was a big turning point in Daniel's character. The switch from Ascended back to mortal. Number 3, Season 1, Episode 1, Children of the Gods. Now, I'm including Children of the Gods Part 1 and 2 as one episode here. Children of the Gods is basically all about Daniel. Daniel is the lead way in order to get the team together to go out and to start SG-1. And they go to find Daniel on Abydos. They take Daniel to Teal'c. Daniel sees his wife and his brother-in-law taken as hosts, which become his main motivation to get involved with SG-1, and they step through the gate every week in order to try to find his wife and his brother-in-law. This is set up as a main plot point, which quickly got turned to a side plot, which was resolved 2 seasons later. But this was Daniel's motivation, his main point, his reason to keep fighting. Number 2, Season 3, Episode 10, Forever in a Day. This is where that main motivator in the previous entry stops for Daniel. This is a big turning point in his character development. He has his entire motivation for stepping through the gate torn away. He sees it happen and he tries everything to prevent it, to reach out to his former wife, who he loves and cares about, and who he has sacrificed his life for the past 2 years to try to save, who he has put his life on the line almost every single week to try to find her. This is the episode where that is literally taken away from him. He sees it happen. And not only does it happen in front of him, but the person who selected his wife to be a host was the one that also killed her. So Daniel blamed him. And before we reach number 1, here's a couple of honorable mentions. Season 4, Episode 13, The Curse.
Where is my brother Setish?
You mean Seth, he's dead. We killed him.
You lie.
No, we also killed Ra, and Hathor, and, who else? Sokar.
Then you have done me a great favor. I will rule without opposition.
Season 4, Episode 17, Absolute Power.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I've had enough of that guy.
Daniel, what are you doing?
Proportional response only makes sense when the playing field is even. We have a distinct advantage here. The problem is the other side just doesn't realize how wide the gap is. What they really need is a visual aid.
AG system targeting Moscow?
Daniel.
Don't worry, there's no threat of residual radiation spreading. It's quick and clean. It's like cutting your enemy's heart out with a scalpel.
Finally, number 1, Season 3, Episode 20, Maternal Instinct. This is where Daniel Jackson really learns about being ascended and becomes in touch with Oma Desala. This not only affects Daniel Jackson, but it affects him so much that it affects the rest of humanity as well, which tends to happen with Daniel. This is where Daniel travels to Keb in search for the Harcesis child. And what he really finds is the path to enlightenment, a path that will lead him to being an ascended being and having an impact on a galaxy. This is where Daniel finds out that there is more to his existence than just the physical realm. And this one episode affects the rest of the show and the rest of his character. This allowed Daniel to ascend, to come back. This allowed Daniel to have a lot of power, but yet not any power at all. This was the starting point that began it all. Let me know what episodes I forgot in the comment section down below. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Great videos are coming out every week where I talk to you about everything and anything Stargate. You can click right here for a top 5 Teal'c episodes, or right here for some more Stargate awesomeness. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side.